JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 10 episode reaction video, but before I continue with that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, that you take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which of course I'll put in the description for you. If that's the case, you find out that you're not caught up, I would suggest, and I'm sure everyone else would too, I think, that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This is going to be The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode number 20. The title of this episode is called Splinter. This is going to be my reaction review recap of the episode, and I have watched this episode before. This is my second time reacting to it. I said in my initial reaction that I would never watch this episode again. I decided to give it a second chance, and I'm going to react to it based on it being a regular episode of The Walking Dead, which it's not. It was filmed during a pandemic. They had limited people on set, but you know what? That's not my problem. So if they wanted to have more quality of episodes, they would have waited until things were a little bit more back to normal. So here we go. My initial score of the episode was a 6.0 out of 10, and my character of the episode was Princess, which that's not going to change the character of the episode. But Eugene, Princess, Himiko, and Ezekiel are surrounded by several armored soldiers. As Princess struggles against her captors, Princess watches Himiko as she is hit hard on the head by a soldier with a rifle, these stormtroopers, so to speak. The group is separated from each other and imprisoned in boxcars. Anybody channeling Terminus? While in captivity, Princess is able to talk to Himiko and realizing that she is suffering from head trauma. Now, Princess tries to break the wooden wall separating them, but gets a splinter in her finger, triggering her PTSD. To keep Himiko awake, Princess tells her about her childhood traumas just before troopers arrive to take Himiko away. Himiko's not in this episode. Her voice is, but she had major COVID concerns, so she was not actually on set for anything. But the next day, Princess discovers an exit to Eugene's boxcar, but he dismisses her and tells her to return to her boxcar so they can appear worthy of the community's time by following their orders. A soldier arrives and takes Princess away for an interrogation. She refuses to answer their questions, aggressively demanding to see Himiko, as the troopers beat her and take her back to her boxcar. And she's actually punched by this person interrogating her. Maybe it's Lance from the Commonwealth. Maybe it's just some other random person. But it was pretty kind of dramatic. Princess tries to see Eugene again, only to find that he is gone. Ezekiel then appears, and the two argue over what to do next. Now, later, a soldier enters the boxcar to leave food for Princess, but is attacked by Ezekiel. The two fight, and the soldier is knocked out, only for Princess to realize that she was hallucinating Ezekiel the whole entire time, and it's actually her doing all this damage. So Princess escapes from her boxcar and is faced with another hallucination from Ezekiel, who tries to convince her to flee the compound and leave the others behind. But since she hasn't had much human contact lately, Princess refuses and returns back to her boxcar. There, Princess frees the soldier and answers his questions, but the soldier recaptures her and puts a hood over her head, just like the rest of the group as she sees them outside. And that's how the episode ends. So I didn't like this episode. I find it more intriguing, but if I'm basing it off a regular episode of The Walking Dead, because that's what I'm going to do. If they're going to film stuff during a pandemic, I'm going to be critical. I gave it a 6.0 initially. It's not a 6.0. It's a 4.8 out of 10. Interesting stuff for Princess, but I still don't like it. There wasn't enough people in this episode to carry the episode. Princess can't carry an episode alone by herself. We don't know anything about her yet, but hey, good shows have bad episodes. Breaking Bad, The Fly, was it season 3, episode 9, which actually some people really like. The Walking Dead, this is at the moment, although there's another episode I'm going to be even more critical of. It's not the best, but you know, it certainly builds some things for Princess that I don't know was in the comic book or not. I don't recall. So obviously the Princess is going to be the character of the episode, and I'm still giving it that 4.8 out of 10. I'm sorry if you guys like this episode. I know a lot of you actually do, not many, but some of you, I should say. I'm sorry. Write me in the comments section. Tell me why I'm completely out of my mind for that score of this episode. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. Don't forget to smash that like button. Share the video with anybody that's a Walking Dead fan. Make sure you leave that comment or talk about anything you want Walking Dead related. Give me your death predictions for season 11. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.